Hold up.
God damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby. Where's Lady Bird?
Okay. Are we good? We're rolling? We're rolling? Have we been rolling?
I thought I was rolling. I was drinking some of this porch rocker.
Porch rocker is the nectar of the gods, ladies and gentlemen.
Seasonal. Get it while it's out
delicious. I want to put like a little nipple on it and just.
I almost want to like put one of them little umbrellas on the side.
Yeah. Get all like pretend we're on the front porch in a rocking chair.
You know, sipping lemonade in the shade, as they would say.
Anyway, it's me, Jake Cash Money.
Yeah. And me, a drum roll.
Welcome to the next episode. We're going to talk about some stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we do?
We talk about some stuff and do some things and talk about more stuff and drink some things. Shout out to Said, because I know he watching.
Our one fan.
Our number one fan. We got some more out there now. We got some new subscribers and stuff. I see them. I don't know if they hit that alert button yet, though.
Check out the new channel. We're on Vessel now.
Yeah, Vessel.
Yeah, we were talking about aliens last week, and
what?
I forgot I had like made the logo like a UFO abducting a person. So I mean, man, stuff just happens, you know.
I told him all this energy and stuff is just like blends together. When if you seek things, they come and find you.
So true, man. Put that positive energy out there. Just be open to the world.
Don't go looking for aliens, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. You start like hearing little clicky noises and stuff. What that clicking noise?
Yeah, aliens are bad news. Don't go looking for them.
They know we're here. I mean,
what's been going on? Last weekend, Mother's Day just passed, so that's cool.
Yeah,
I am not a mother. I know several of them though.
Yeah, without mothers, we wouldn't be here. So.
Yeah. I
Shout out to the mothers. Yeah.
I was talking to my dad too, and I feel like Mother's Day has kind of evolved into a celebration of just like mothers in general.
Oh man, yes.
Right? So like,
of course it is.
I don't know. Like my dad has a kind of a narrower view. Maybe it's a generational thing. I don't know. But he's like, he didn't get anything from my mom because she's not my mother, right? That's what he says. She's not my mom. But I'm like, well, yeah, but like she is a mom, right? Like he didn't get anything for his wife, which would be my mom, because she's not his mom. But I was like, I mean, your logic is sound and not wrong, but like, it's morphed into more of just like anyone who's a mother, this is your day. I don't know, like.
Yeah, I mean, it can go both. It's a 50-50 type of thing. Like you can give something to your wife to just say that, hey,
right.
Here's your flowers for all the things you've done as your motherhood has flourished with. The upbringing of our kids. But technically, you would want to give something to your mother more than your wife. So
I guess. but
that's where his logic kind of like...
At our stage in life, though, we can't rely on our children to like get a job and go buy a present and stuff, right?
And that's his whole point, because you are in an age now that is your job to get something for your mother, and that's probably why he's like, no, I'm not. No,
well, yeah, of course. I mean, I would not get something for my mom, but at the same time, I got to get something for my significant other because she's a mom. She's not my mom, but obviously.
And to his point, he might have had that same thing that he done for so many years until you got up to an age, and he was like, you know what?
Yeah, well, that's
I'm gonna let him handle it.
That's what I'm gonna do too. And then when Adam gets
I'll
old
take
enough,
her to dinner. I'll get her some food for that day, and that'll kind of be what I'll do is to celebrate.
That's actually not a bad idea though. Is like do something to like help the kid kind of. So I'd like buy the kid the food and be like, all right, you're cooking it for your mom. I bought the food, you cook it.
Or just get dinner for the day. I mean that way you can say that you catered to the need of whatever others needed.
Well, that's what I kind of was I was like, take the mom duties away today for you. I'll be the mom too. You just relax. I'll change all the diapers and do that stuff. So Mother's Day was there. It was good. I saw all the mothers that I knew. I every single one of them saw them.
And that's what it's all about,
laughed
man.
with
I
them.
mean, you want to be able to see your mothers and do those type of things. Like, just because it's, you know, a day where everyone want to celebrate, you still going to remember a whole lot of things your mom has been able to do.
Yeah.
Or just
Moms are
having those football games and all those other stuff that you show up to and you actually see your mom or something.
Right.
And it's like, oh, man. I'm gonna play better now because mom is here.
Big ups to all the moms. Y'all do good stuff.
Yeah.
And Father's Day, I guess, is next. So
You guess, everybody guess because they don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
There's no advertisement for our stuff. It's just like, oh yeah, like that day is coming up.
Yeah.
This Sunday. Yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent on Father's Day. Like, I mean, like I don't know. It's not like that big of a deal.
It's not.
Because fathers are important too.
Excuse me. It's not as celebrated as much because on Father's Day we still have to do work, man. I mean, think about the stuff that is advertised for Father's Day. You know, oh, come down to Lowe's and get a grill for you know $50 or $25 when it's usually $150. Come get this power drill.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like Father's Day, to that point, Father's Day is a lot more like stereotypical than Mother's Day. It's like, for Father's Day, buy your dad some beer and let him mow the lawn.
Yeah, like even that day, I don't see a whole lot of restaurants saying, "Hey, come down for Father's Day steak,
Father's Day brunch."
Yeah, it's none of that. Like even on Father's Day, they still expect you to go put that freaking patio canopy up and go get on that grill and cook us some food because we just bought you all the stuff for Father's Day.
It's funny. I always used to laugh when I was picking out Father's Day cards from my father because the majority of Father's Day cards are like, "Thanks for taking me hunting and teaching me how to use a hammer." And I'm like, well, my dad didn't do either one of them things. My dad doesn't go hunting. My dad was not like a fix-it-upper.
Hey, he showed you how to put that order in and get the food, man.
Right? Like, look, he showed me how to like hire someone to hammer stuff, like that type of stuff. Like
this is how you get it done.
So it always took me a while to find a Father's Day card because I'm like, well, that doesn't really apply. Like
symbolic.
My dad doesn't really drink beer. He doesn't really fish and go hunting and like.
Look, that's why I always go with funny cards.
Yeah.
Like everything don't have to be serious all the time. I mean, it can be. I want to show you that I appreciate you, but sometimes it's like, hey, just remember this and laugh about it later. Like here's a card. Let's go eat some food or something. I'll get you a gift card or something in there so you can go somewhere and get whatever you want to get.
Yeah. I found a life hack for cards. If y'all want to know, buy yourself a card. Don't not buy a card. Buy a card, and then what you do is you Google or go on Amazon and look at other cards. And then what you do is you take that message from the card you just looked up and write it in. So it's like a double. You get like 2 cards in one. You know how when you sign cards, you try to put like, "Oh, I'm so lucky to be blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being blah blah blah." What I do is I Google that stuff and it comes off real nice at the bottom instead of me actually putting like time into like thinking of my own words. I just Google it and I go, "Damn, that's really good," and then I just write it myself at the bottom. So all these people who struggle to like, I don't know what to say when I sign it, just Google it, man.
It's fraud feelings, man.
It kind of is. I kind of feel a little guilty about it. Like sometimes it'll get people who are like, "Wow, Josh, you really wrote that?" Like,
edit that out, y'all. Edit that out.
Wow, Josh, you put a lot of time and thought, and those words are really
well.
nice.
I mean, it's all about the moment, though. It's like they say, it's the thought that counts.
That's exactly right.
And you thought about that to put something that had a little bit more meaning than, "Hey, nice knowing you, pal."
Right. Or just like "Love Josh" at the bottom or something. Yeah.
You're awesome. Like they're gonna see that and be like, "Well, yeah, he put a lot of thought in it."
I think there's a comedian or some. I feel like some stand-up routine. He's like talking about cards and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, you like that card I got you? You like what those other people said? Yeah, I thought that was a good card."
Yeah, that's something I'd say. Just add my name here at the bottom. There you go. You like what that other guy wrote in there? Took me 5 seconds to find it. Cost me $2.
It's like, you just like, cards are so like kind of disingenuous anyway, because you don't.
Yeah.
It's like someone else's words that are written about your life.
Well, I mean,
It's the thought,
I guess, yeah. It almost makes you want to like try to think of a moment that card kind of would like make them feel like this fits for this person.
Of course, yeah.
I guess
you don't
that's
just go
kinda
grab
what
a
it
random.
means.
You don't grab a random card. You got to find the one that says.
I always find the funniest thing that like makes me laugh when I get, because I usually get funny cards. Like I got most of my anniversary cards is usually like the cartoon character things, like because I know that's usually the stuff that I do to make my wife laugh. Like she always says I do silly stuff, and I think that's just what she gets a kick out of me. So
you
I want to try to keep something that reminds her of why I'm me. So
I usually get 2 cards.
Stuff,
I usually try to get like a one that'll try to make them cry with one card and then laugh with another card. No,
I think I can make my wife cry more with like telling her something.
All right, something sweet.
Not necessarily sweet, but just something that like
something
she
sad.
knows. Not necessarily sad, like something I guess she knows that I would not say normally.
Yeah.
And she knows like something I'm being really like, I guess compassionate and like emotional about.
Yeah.
Like that's something that like makes her tear up. And it's usually something like personal about me. And she'll just be like, I'd be like,
my girl starts questioning me when I get like too sweet and sentimental, because I guess I don't do that often because I'm a man.
yeah.
But like when I do
I'm
try
a man.
when I do try to like be sweet and like, you know, kiss up to her a little bit, she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you acting like that? Like, why are you saying these things?" Because I mean, what do you mean?
Oh man, no.
Like, what do you want? Why are you being nice to me?
I was thinking of a TikTok video where there's this couple that was in the grocery store, and the guy brought some beer to the cart, and she was like, "Oh no, that's not in the budget. It's like it's $10.99." And she was like, "Put it back." And he's like, "All right." So they keep going through, and she brought some makeup to the thing, and she was like, "Oh, how much is that?" She was like, "Oh, this is $28." He was like, "No, put that shit back." And she was like, "Why? This makes me look pretty." He's like, "So does beer. It's $10.99."
So does beer. Right. I have enough of them. Right. That's pretty
I was like, "Oh no, that's a I'm a man kind of thing." So does beer.
What is we got Mother's Day, Father's Day. We had May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, Star Wars, everything, all day.
Yeah. I don't have cable, but Drum said like TNT was like TBS was like having Star Wars on all day and stuff. I saw a lot of Star Wars related posts on Reddit. That's my exposure to like the outside world, I guess.
Yeah, man, you're on the real wire. You know, this stuff be going on Reddit. That's how they got Dogecoin to jump up.
Yeah, it's true. And you know the whole
Dogecoin.
GameStop stock and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. See, they know what's going on over there.
I like when TV channels do that type of stuff. They'll just play movies over and over and over.
Yeah, man. I mean, it kind of creates the holiday and it makes it feel like it more. You know.
That's good. Yeah, especially like what's the one Christmas Story? They play 24 hours,
24 all day long, and it kind of is kind of cool.
I support that.
Yeah, because like even if you don't get to watch it all the way through, like any time of the day, you kind of jump in. It's like, hey.
You don't feel any obligation to like finish it either. Nah. It's like, honey, we got to go to my mom's now. You're like, oh, cool. Yeah, I can get up during this.
Yeah, I'll watch it later sometime.
I'll cut it on at your aunt's house or something. It's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's on all day long. Like you just jump in and watch for that when you know the leg lamp.
Yeah, the great reward or whatever. Yeah, the leg lamp. You know, fragile.
Yeah, that's usually my landmine. It's like, okay.
You base on like what's this? Is this before the lamp or after the lamp?
I think this is after the leg lamp. So.
And then some of those channels just randomly they're like, it's James Bond weekend. We're gonna play all the James Bond movies nonstop.
Oh yeah,
cool. Man. Yeah, all right.
What is it? Never Die Tomorrow or something? Tomorrow Never Dies.
I was never that big of a James Bond fan.
I got into him kind of late. I mean, I like the Sean Connery days. Mm-hmm. Those were kind of like the legendary times because that was the time when he was still like in the League of Gentlemen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like he was still young enough. Yeah. He was old still.
Sean Connery has been old forever. Yeah. I want to make sure we're recording. We are. Sorry, folks. We're professionals.
Put that little asterisk on it. We're professionals.
The only time I really liked James Bond was Pierce Brosnan,
Yeah.
is his name.
Pierce Brosnan or something like that.
And then the new guy
Came
Yeah,
around.
she was in it. Yeah,
Oh.
Denise Richards was in some of the movies. She was pretty hot too. The Bond girls, right?
Yeah.
But
They
then
kind of sold it over most of the
Daniel
time,
Craig came, and I don't know. I was never like, so I got some James Bond catching up I need to do, I guess.
I've seen, I think, not the most recent one, but the one
seen
before
any of
that.
them.
I've seen.
Is there
one
like a
of them
James
kinda
Bond
actually-
related day, like May the 4th? Is there like a James Bond like 007? Does that translate into a date? Like
I don't know. Maybe it was July.
July. All of July
It
is
could
like
be
007.
7. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's after?
The 6th. No.
I always forget.
No, 5th. 5th Cinco de Mayo,
1,
man.
2, 3, 4, 5th.
5th.
Oh, it is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo, man.
Damn. What'd you do for Cinco de Mayo?
I had to work, man.
Yeah,
I got one beer in. Usually it's like a festive, Latino day parade. Not necessarily a parade. They usually have like a Latino event.
Yeah.
And they have like all bands, all that kind of stuff. And my mom usually know about it, Shout out Los Cabos.
That's a sugar skull. Those are dope.
Yeah. And that's the Day of the Dead type of thing is coming up too. But
The only reason I knew it was Cinco de Mayo is the office that I go to work to edit and work. It's beside of a Mexican restaurant. I was like, damn, there's a lot of people out there today.
yeah.
I
Oh
was
man.
like, why are there so many people?
Why are
there?
they drinking at 10 a.m.
Yes.
in the street?
It's like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Oh, it's Cinco de
Yeah,
Mayo.
and that's kind of the energy. Like you almost like everyone's got some Latino or Hispanic blood that day because it's like, hey, hell yeah,
That's an
'cause-
excuse to drink, right?
Well, they're gonna be doing it anyway. I mean, most of the time, that's I got some neighbors. I think they might be Puerto Rican though, but they be out partying. Like it don't matter what nationality is, you celebrate and you just want to be married with them. It's like, hey, y'all. I don't know some. I've been thought of. We can do some. The last. I might have a little bit of accent. I'm getting ready to go to the Dominican Republic over here. I know Big Papi.
Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, I'm Melanio Santanes. Hey, it's
I don't know what Cinco de Mayo celebrates.
it's
Freedom?
I think it's the
Independence Day?
Yeah, it's their Independence Day. I think the Hispanic or Latino Hispanic Independence Day. I
Forgive
guess.
my ignorance, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
man, it's all right, man. It's cool.
And then you did say the 6th, though, and I always forget Revenge of the 6th.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sixth.
That's a less popular Star Wars day.
Yeah, that's why it kind of was not a Star Wars Day at all because Doctor Strange came out.
Did it come out on the 6th?
Yes, it did. It came out on the 6th.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
I saw it too.
I saw it this past Saturday
I saw it too.
with the wife. We went on a date night.
Yeah, I kind of threw that in, grouped that in with Mother's Day. Happy because my girl likes Doctor Strange. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
Happy
man.
Mother's
Doctor
Day.
Strange. He's gotten a little popular lately. I would
Yeah,
say.
he's cool.
I did not like the first movie. The
Really?
first time it came out, we ended up watching it again after. I
And
think
you
it was
liked
what it was. Was it Civil War?
There was a movie, Civil War.
Captain America.
Captain America Civil War. Yeah.
I think we went back and watched it after we watched Civil War because it was like, all right, kind of some of the stuff makes a little bit more sense now.
Yeah,
And then it kind of got better, so it was like, oh, Doctor Strange is the shit.
Doctor Strange is cool. He uses
And
magic.
Benedict Cumberdash, I think is his name, man.
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
Cumberbatch.
Dash better.
Yeah,
though.
I thought it's
Cumberdash. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Cumberbatch. He's definitely feeling himself now as Doctor Strange. in this one.
Marvel has done such a good job with that. Like Robert Downey Jr. is motherfucking Iron Man, right? Like, geez, he
Forever.
plays. And Benedict Cumberbatch is getting that way. Like
He's-
Doctor
yeah,
Strange,
he's-
he nails
he's-
that stuff.
Yeah, he's feeling himself for real.
For
because,
sure.
Like the opening scenes when he came in, he was just like,
Oh, he was like, yeah, like getting dressed with his powers, and he had his hair all like. I was like, okay, Doctor Strange.
motherfucker is bad, yo.
It's magic, right? Magic's cool. I like magic.
Yeah.
Right? The thing about
Sorcery magic.
I've noticed recently though, growing up, I liked comic books and superheroes, but they all kind of were like grouped into the same like experience, right? Like Thor didn't really do anything more for me than any of the other people, and the same with Doctor Strange and all that. But the more I've been watching Marvel, because there's a shit ton of Marvel stuff out there, I really appreciate how they kind of like tell different stories with these different. They use these characters to kind of explore different avenues, right?
Yeah.
So Doctor Strange is mystical, and I was recently watching Moon Knight on Disney Plus, and it's actually really good. But it's like very like Egyptian. It's almost like Raiders of the Lost Ark type, mummy type stuff. So like it's just another avenue.
Creed type
It's another avenue, a different story they're telling with a superhero that
I
none
tried
of the
catching.
other.
I think I might have watched one episode.
It's pretty good, man.
I was trying to put my son to sleep. So anything
Some of the
Star
episodes
Wars,
are pretty heavy. Like they deal
anything
with
Star Wars and like too like detail oriented. Like he's 3, so it's like if it's not cartoons, he's out. That's my trick. It's like, hey, it's supposed to be nap time. Let's put on some real like movie type stuff going on.
some real boring stuff.
Yeah, well, just stuff you got to pay attention to, not cartoons. you know?
Yeah. It's funny that sometimes that'll trigger that. Like, if I'm trying to pay attention to something, I'll just be like,
Yeah. Like, whoa, like what happened? Like,
Doctor Strange, what would you, would you recommend Doctor Strange? The new
yes.
one, Multiverse of Madness?
Yes. No spoilers, because I actually was kind of nodding off. I was
No
tired.
spoilers.
I was tired that day. I had probably like 4 hours of sleep, and I had to like open up for work.
Yeah.
And I like, crashed
you
it
were
out for
falling
like the whole day.
Sleep?
No, I was naughty. I didn't fall all the way asleep. I was just like a couple points with my eyes probably was like this, and I was like, hey, let's get back in there.
Yeah.
So, but
I remember, so I'm going to get some points taken away from my nerd card on this one. I remember when, I don't even remember the name of the movie. What's the episode number 3, Star Wars, where Anakin becomes Darth Vader, right? I went to the midnight showing. I remember when it came out. I was working a summer job at construction just because I needed money, and my dad knew the dude or whatever. So we went to the midnight showing of Star Wars, and I fell asleep. And
it's midnight, man.
The buddy I was with, though, noticed me asleep, and he actually woke me up right when they put like the helmet on Anakin for him to become Darth Vader. He was like, "Yo, look!" And I went, "Huh?" And I got to see Darth Vader like rise up, and like I was like, "Oh man, thank you, man, for waking me up!" Like, so I don't blame you for falling asleep, man. Sometimes you get all warm and cozy, and it's dark.
No, that's like no. Seriously, that's a military thing. People like. If you know anybody that's been in the military and we sit in a dark room, and I'm telling you,
don't they do that as like a test though? Sometimes they try to like
because we're always so tired. Like we're like the most sleep deprived people ever.
Yeah.
So when we get in a nice cozy situation, and if it's dark and we get comfortable, if it's not something happening like the entire time that's like got us intrigued, like usually my thing is 10 minutes. If a movie ain't happening in the first 10 minutes. Yeah. I probably start getting like this, and it's like I can't even stop myself most time. Right. And I can be like just woke up in the morning. Like that's usually the time I try to go. Matinees, people.
I try to go early. Yeah,
matinees are the best because you still have like the rest of your day to kind of get stuff done.
And you don't get all those like people there with you.
The prices are a lot. Reasonable.
The later in the day, the more dickheads come out to watch movies. Has been my experience too. Yeah. Like you get these like high schoolers that come at 9 o'clock, so their mom dropped them off, and they're back in the back talking.
They think they're like 21 at the the club. Yeah, and it's like
time to show off.
Yeah.
Oh, they did something funny. Like you see that? Oh, man. Shut the fuck up.
Lame.
I hate people.
Lame.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was kind of one of them people like that. Like
all of us was, man. Like that's just being a kid, and it's funny now because it's just like fucking stupid kids,
right? But that was definitely me at some point, man. Yeah. But I enjoyed Doctor Strange too, man. Like Sam Raimi was the director. I don't know if y'all are familiar. Sam Raimi did the Evil Dead movies, and he also did the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire. He was back in the Marvel, back in the Marvel universe.
How long ago was that guy?
Tobey Maguire, you know Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
Yeah,
man.
Raimi is cool, man. Like, I guess his roots are horror, right? So there was definitely some like horror stuff.
That's what kind of like kept me like into it because I was like,
cool,
yo, like the visuals, and the makeup. Like the makeup, whoever was doing the makeup on these,
Wanda was looking crazy at some point, man. There was that chase scene. They were like in these like tunnels and whatever underground. And she was like chasing them, but she was like hobbling like a zombie and shit. And I was like, oh snap, man. And there was a couple jump scares. Jump scares don't normally get me, but like there was one in this movie that I straight up was like, whoa. I forget what it was.
My wife, when we was leaving out, she was like, I don't think that's the last of Black Widow. Like, I'm not Black Widow, but Scarlet
Witch. Yeah.
She was like, I don't think that's the last of her. She was like, I think she was kind of holding back. I was like, maybe.
No. Well, the rule in these movies is if you don't see a body though, they're not dead.
I think that's why she's
still around. She's got more story to tell and stuff, man. There was some cool cameos in the movie. I guess no spoilers. Drum already said no spoilers, but
it's still premiere weekend.
There were some cool. Did you appreciate the little cameos? I don't know what to call them, cameos, or if these people are going to be reoccurring or not. But
that's what I was going to say. I hope they are reoccurring.
I do too, man.
Because I think that's kind of what the whole multiverse thing is. It's kind of like branching out with all these new storylines of people that they can do some of those like
other characters and
or just small series, type of things on Disney Plus or something. Try to give some more backstory, kind of like Boba Fett and everything else. Like they need season 2 Boba Fett because the first one
didn't do it for you. It was a little.
It was
Mandalorian was better.
It wasn't enough, and I feel like that's why they brought Mandalorian in.
The best episodes of Boba Fett were the ones that had the Mandalorian.
It was just like, look, bring in the Mandalorian because he fucked shit up. And he's
got that black lightsaber and shit.
What?
Yeah.
I wanted more of that to happen.
This shit looks heavy too. When he swings it, he's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like one of those big knights of the,
Oh yeah, it looked like an actual sword and stuff. Yeah. But I feel like I had some more to say about the Multiverse of Madness. Cameos were cool. Well, I don't know what else my point was. But this is definitely the direction they're heading with, like the multiversal stuff, is definitely just an opportunity to just like to bring more characters in without having like real reasons, I guess, to do it. I mean, this is just easy stepping stones to be like, okay, now there's the Fantastic Four. Okay, now there's mutants. Okay, now there's they just bring in whoever they want.
Yeah, and I think that will give them opportunity to like make new character faces for these.
Like heroes. Almost like recasting or whatever?
Yeah, it'll make more sense then because like it's a new next generation and all that stuff or whatever. Because at one time, when Michael B. Jordan, Johnny Blaze?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was the Human Torch. Yeah, that's a good point. And now he's Killmonger or was Killmonger or whatever.
It's just like...
Yeah. Because obviously it's not a secret that Disney now owns the rights to make X-Men movies. So this would be a good way to still have the same characters. Because I know Hugh Jackman.
But get it kind of like into that rotation of like all these new things going on that people are gonna be wanting to be intrigued enough to want to find out.
Yeah.
Like all these new heroes.
And they're gonna have to recast them. They're gonna have to recast Wolverine. You can't have an X-Men movie without Wolverine, and if Hugh Jackman's done, you're gonna have to recast him. So this is kind of the perfect place
can't
to
be done though. Hugh Jackman is still in great
really?
shape.
I mean, Hugh Jackman
he's in great shape, man. Like I don't that's gonna have to be part of the contract. Like you're gonna have to bring him with it. Like
Hugh Jackman's gonna have to come back?
Yeah, man. They just start like a whole new Wolverine series with like his daughter that he found, and they're gonna like
maybe that's no, because
that can be like his role now. He won't like
you know why? He died in that movie.
But I'm just saying, like, is he
in another multiverse? He could be.
He could
survive.
Is he really dead? He's Wolverine. Like he can't die. Like they're gonna hook him back up to some freaking
I'm just based.
Aqua Machine.
I'm just based on in my Hollywood insider knowledge, right? Is that I know Hugh Jackman said he was done. So Disney has all the money in the world, so they could bring him back.
That's why I say he ain't got to be like the Wolverine role completely.
He could be the mentor to the X-23 character.
Yeah, like he ain't got to do all the stunts and stuff. Like he can just still be the, all
Hugh
that
Jackman was good at Wolverine. He was.
Yeah.
But there's always been like a stipulation, like Hugh Jackman's like 6'3". Like if you go back and look at like classic Wolverine, he's like a little dude. He's fucking hairy and like
he's probably like 5'8" at the most.
Yeah, he's a Wolverine. He's like a little Tasmanian
like
devil.
Like
like that's what he's known for, being little and being mean and going berserker mode on people and stuff. So that was not Hugh Jackman. He's a tall, handsome fella. That's not Wolverine.
From way down under.
I feel like there's been rumblings of like fans, saying, "Oh, this person would be perfect as Wolverine," and I forget.
Well, I think fans just be,
I think there was a movement to get like Danny DeVito or somebody to be like,
oh no, man,
like a little dude, little hairy little dude, like. I swear that's been a movement. I'm pretty sure.
He's already mad enough all the time.
Right? Yeah, just take him from.
He'll fit the role.
They should take him directly out of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and just put him right in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Same freaking character and everything, man. But I completely lost my train of thought. Wolverine's cool.
Yeah, and I think it'll just introduce a lot of new heroes to people.
Doctor Strange. Yeah, I'll give it I recommend it. You should watch it.
Yeah, I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes rated it. I give it 8.7 out of a 10. I want to give it a full 9.
I liked how horror forward it was.
Yeah, I want to give it a full 9. I would have given it a full 9 if they had better previews after the credits.
Did you stay completely?
Of course,
like
you got to
all the way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Sam Raimi is the director, right? And like I said, he did he did Evil Dead movies, and in the Evil Dead movies, there is a character called Ash, played by Bruce Campbell. And Bruce Campbell has been in like every Sam Raimi movie ever. So he was in all the Spider-Man movies. He was like in the first Spider-Man, he was like the ring announcer. What's your name, kid? The Man Spider. He's like, that's a horrible name. The Amazing Spider-Man. That was him. He was also like the Mater D when he was about to propose to Mary Jane. He was like fucking with he was trying to bring the violins in at the right time and shit. And so he was in this movie too. Of course, I knew he was gonna be. What was his name? Pizza Daddy or something like that? Pizza Papa. Yeah. Pizza Papa gets his money, right? So he Doctor Strange puts a spell on him where he has to punch himself and stuff. Which is also a callback to the Evil Dead, because in the Evil Dead his hand becomes possessed and he fights his hand in the Evil Dead. So that was a callback to that movie. Which is why, if you know the character Ash, he's always seen with a chainsaw instead of a hand. In the second one, he cuts his hand off because it's evil. And then he starts using the chainsaw on that hand. If y'all didn't know, there's some movie knowledge for you.
Nice Easter egg for this one if you got this far.
Sam Raimi, he did some pretty cool stuff in the Evil Dead stuff too, man. He kind of pioneered this camera movement that's now called Raimi Cam, where it's almost like the first person view of the monster. The Raimi Cam would be when the camera is swooping through the woods and it gets right up on it, and that's supposed to be the person being possessed by the camera. It's Raimi
the spirit or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Much respect to Sam Raimi. He came up doing
zombie sound effect.
I like the Evil Dead stuff, man. Even the new one with the girl in it and everything. The new Evil Dead was dope. So go check that stuff out if you haven't.
Yeah. Check out any horror thing right about now. I love horror movies all the time.
Ash is a pretty popular character, man.
I don't get to watch as many horror movies as I would like to, because I usually have to watch them by myself in the house because my wife don't like them as much and my kids have nightmares. So
yeah, me and my girl were having a discussion. When do you introduce kids to certain types of movies and stuff?
It's hard.
Because you don't want to introduce them too early, right? Because then it'll just like scar them.
Well,
like,
I mean,
like
anything can scar kids. Like my daughter. This is how much of a horror fan I know I am. Like my daughter likes trying to watch scary stuff, but she knows they're gonna give her bad dreams. So like she would like when the animated, the new, like the most recent Scooby Doo movie, the animated one came out.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh, she watched it 50 times. Like she watched it every freaking day. But she knew like at some point when she went to sleep, she was gonna have like bad dreams. But she still wanted to watch it because she just. I think she got that kind of knack for like that mysterious thing of wanting to like be, you know.
When she has bad dreams, what happens? Does she wake up and come like to you guys, Mommy, Daddy? Like...
No, I think because she's gotten older now, like you'll hear her in a room, you know, having a bad dream, and she'll wake up and she just kind of like eventually lay back down because she know, oh, I'm having a bad dream. Yeah. But you'll hear it. I mean,
I don't know. I don't ever remember having like bad dreams from movies as a kid. Maybe I did. I just remember being more scared being awake, like of a closet in my house that I'd never go to, like because there's something in that closet. Like I would be just afraid of life after certain things, you know.
And yeah, I would say she gets that way too, where it can be daytime and she won't go upstairs because it's something not enough lights on. Yeah. So she'll turn every light on every place that she goes, and it's like it's daytime, Taylor. Like she's
like, Daddy, bad stuff happens during the day.
It's like so, and that's usually when it's like, I gotta like cut out some of the scary cartoons and stuff, Scooby Doo and stuff like that. Yeah, but she'll kind of get out of it. But a lot of times, even her nightmares is like stuff she's doing at school. Like she's like a visual kind of person, so she'll be on the playground talking to someone about them tying their shoes because they got unicorns on it. It's like obviously she's in play mode and like she's reliving out a moment or something that happened. So she's talking. So it's like, okay. Cool. So it's like, all right, let me just go back to the room because she's having some other moment or whatever. But
because I mean, I like to think that like movies aren't gonna like corrupt children. You know what I mean? Like you can show movies to kids and as long as they have the capacity to understand what's going on, like,
and that's what I was gonna say. I think it's just a conscious type of thing. Like
they have to be.
And if your conscience is working in a certain way, like certain things should scare you, you know, to like wake you up. Yeah. Otherwise, like you're gonna be all for it. You know, it's like, oh yeah, they're over there killing stuff. Oh, okay, let's go kill stuff. You know, so it's like. I think if you're chemically balanced, you know, mentally, I guess you would want to not have that kind of dream to like get yourself out of it, to scare yourself awake or something.
Because we had the conversation, me and my significant other, about like I said, introducing movies, when to do it and stuff, and then it kind of evolved into video games. Like, what kind of games would we want our son playing? And I don't know, I've always been a strong supporter of like, you know, violent video games aren't gonna make people violent. Like,
I think that's because we grew up in an era when like none of that stuff was
I don't know,
considered reality.
GTA was I mean, like I was killing hookers and
stuff.
It
wasn't considered reality. Yeah. Like now the graphics make it look like reality. So we always considered it's a video game. Yeah. Like you do this on a video game. It's just it's consequences to doing this in real life.
So what if your son, 10 years old, comes up and wants to play the new Grand Theft Auto, and it's you know what comes with Grand Theft Auto? Like,
I don't think I could let it happen because I don't play Grand Theft. I play it enough to know what happens, but I don't play it enough to let my kid, you know, be able to be like, yeah, I know exactly.
That's fair.
The ways to not like let him be exposed to certain stuff because they're gonna be exposed to everything on there. So I can let him play something that's Grand Theft Auto style of play.
Sure, like just an open world game type stuff. You know, but I mean, like, you know, Grand Theft Auto has the reputation. Of course, it's a violent game and this and that. Because that was my point. My point was going to be that I used to be so like video games are just arts. You know, like you just have to know. But at the same time, I don't know if I'd let my kid play some of these like games, man. Yeah, like some of them. Are just...
And that's what I kind of found now because my daughter has gravitated to playing video games. Crazy enough, she's been playing like the old emulator Super Nintendo games on her Switch, and I was like, it's like I don't know how she's like gotten to one the fascination for
That's
those.
so funny, man.
So it's like, all right, it's kind of cool. Cause
I can't play those games. I cannot take a step backwards like that.
I could play them for like the thrill of like just wanting to play like specific games over, just to be like, I
touch on the nostalgia.
Yeah, like I remember when I played this first time, but then it's like, all right, let's get something with like.
Yeah, something better.
You know,
because the games are better than they used to be. Let's not try to pretend they're not. Games are much better.
Unless
than
it's
they
on
used
Nintendo 64. Because all those games, I mean, they were great games.
I mean, I still, even stuff like that, I'll play for like an hour or two. But I'm not playing Mario 64 every day like I did when it came out when I was a kid and everything, you know? So, yeah.
Galaxy, you know, Mario Galaxy.
I mean, so they just re-released all that, like the Mario collection on the Switch, I don't know, maybe a year ago or whatever. Mario. And I downloaded that, and I played every game on there a little bit. I didn't beat any of them. I never played Sunshine, so I was like, let me check this out too.
Yeah, I think I had something. Was that like the shooting the water stuff?
Yeah, you had like a backpack with like a water spigot.
I think it was like on GameCube.
It was. I never had GameCube, so I missed out on that one. So when it came to Switch, I was like, all right, I'll check it out. But I never beat it or anything. It's just something I don't know what it is. I'll play it for nostalgia's sake, but I'm not going to spend time actually like
invested
beating it and that type of stuff.
No. Because, you know, now, like...
Now my time is precious. I'd rather play something new.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Like, you don't want to be too invested in old games now because it's like, I grew up doing that and it takes time. Like, you don't have that kind of time to be invested playing an old game where it's like, what am I really going to get out of it?
They're not as fun. Like,
like,
they were fun back
then,
then, but like I'll play it now and I'll go like
you want to always be playing the new stuff. It's because it's the more innovative stuff. It's got the new technology. It's got graphics, and it's just. New.
And I kind of am like a graphics whore when it comes to stuff like that. Like I got my PS5 and I was like. Googling what's the best looking game, like that's the one I need to be playing. You know, like I like
grains of hair.
I like seeing like how far we've come and all that.
Yeah,
stuff,
man. Like I remember having Xbox 360 in Iraq, and one of the games I got with it was Lost Planet. And it was like all the snow stuff. It was like the perfect thing because it's like it's hot
as fuck.
It's hot as fuck. I was like, I want to play something in the snow, and we shooting up a whole bunch of big ass fucking insects and stuff. And the graphics in it was just like, oh man, like the snow, and then I had like the music playing in the background on the game. Had, like,
like actual like because
through the game.
Play,
so it's just like I was like, man, it's so fucking cool. I was like,
yeah. Do you remember though the graphical jump between like Super Nintendo and then Nintendo 64? That was like huge. Like you can now run in 3 dimensions and all that shit.
Yeah,
like
you had the little directional fucking analog stick.
I don't think that'll never happen again. That kind of technological jump in video games, because like even the new systems that come out. They're not like gonna blow you away. It's like, now there's more strands of hair.
But we're not giving enough credit to one of the other biggest technological leaps, I would say, and that was the Sega Dreamcast. They were too far advanced for themselves.
They kind of were. Yeah.
They had like the little mini controller,
the
pack.
screen and the controller and stuff.
Yeah, it came out. You can like have like the little animal type of thing.
Yeah, there was that
things
game like a Tamagotchi thing.
Yeah, Tamagotchi type of thing. You take with you and then you can bring it back, put it in the controller. Supposedly you can like take games that's saved onto the device in the little disposable expansion pack thing. Yeah. Play them, bring them back, put it back in, play it onto the screen.
It was the first one that had online capabilities too.
Yeah,
actually.
it was.
You could go online with it.
It was too far, way far advanced for its time.
I mean, I'll give you that was a big technological leap, but I just from like the 16-bit or whatever, like the standard to like
graphic wise, everything else.
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see anything like that again. So we were fortunate to be around when Mario came out. I remember going into like a Toys R Us and they had like a demo playing of Mario 64, and I like waited in line. I feel like because kids were like, I was like, I have to play this.
You got to, man. It's like, Mom, how long am I gonna be here? I'm being in the video game section.
Yeah, come find me in like an hour or something.
I'll go right there.
Yeah.
Straight there.
And then I remember another thing that blew me away. I think I was in a Best Buy, and I forget what system it was, but it was like an NBA game that was playing, and like their jerseys were like moving and flowing and swaying, and I was like,
Live.
damn, that
Probably
shit's
like
like
NBA Live.
I was like, because back before that on 64, like everything was polygon, stiff as a board, tight looking. The shorts looked like they were made out of wood and stuff.
They had Chris Rock's hands.
Yeah, the no defining features.
What are we talking about? Listen here, America.
I saw something about Chris Rock over the weekend. Dave Chappelle got rushed on stage or something like that.
And Chris Rock was there.
Yeah.
And
He came up and was like, was that Will Smith?
like, was that Will Smith? It looked like Will Smith.
Mm-hmm. Man, we kind of went off on a tangent there. What were we even
But
talking about?
hold up. To go back to the Dave Chappelle, the attacker.
I don't even, that's all I saw was like,
The guy.
he got fucked up or something, didn't he?
Man, they stomped him out. Even Dave Chappelle on camera was saying, hold up, they back there stomping him out. Then he ran back there.
What was it? It was a show? He was just doing a stand-up
He was
show.
doing something for like HBO.
They were recording like a special or something?
I don't know if it was a special. I think it was like an event.
Okay.
And I think it was like at the Hollywood Plaza. It was somewhere in Hollywood or whatever.
Why did the dude rush him?
It was in the audience. They say the guy was homeless or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess he might have just, you know.
I mean, like he didn't say anything that like pissed somebody off or something.
Nah, he was like in between, I guess, getting ready to do his set. I guess if he had a set, because he was talking about hip hop. He was like, hey, shout out to, you know, all the people, hip hop, you know, let's celebrate hip hop. And the guy jumped on the stage and rushed him and then kind of knocked him over. And then security came in. Like,
I saw the
Jamie
video.
Foxx was there. Like
Yeah.
they said, Jamie Foxx was one of the people that kind of grabbed the guy first and got him to the back. That's why he Dave Chappelle said something about Jamie Foxx. He's like, hey, you ever attacked on stage?
Tap Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx gonna show up in a cowboy hat, kicking niggas' ass.
Dave Chappelle's a genius, man. I love that dude.
Like, he went back and stomped the guy too. It's like the guy's arm was like, it was turned this way when he was on the stretcher. It was like, how the fuck that happened?
That whole thing got, I don't know, like 30 seconds of my attention. I was like, that's
Busta
crazy.
Rhymes,
And then I just kept
Busta Rhymes was there. Like, it was supposedly a lot of celebrities and comedians stomped this guy. Like, they made a meme.
I actually saw a picture of the guy afterwards. He looked like he got stomped a few
They
times.
said they did like an MMA move on him or something. Like,
Need better security around there.
hey man, he ain't gonna be homeless no more. He's famous. Somebody's gonna pay
You think
him.
he's gonna get paid?
Somebody's gonna pay him. Somebody. I don't know who is. He can try to do like the lawsuit thing. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
He don't have the money for it, but
Well, it's lawsuits, courts. Did you hear about? I don't know. Even know if I want to talk about it. Never mind. Roe versus Wade and everything. They're trying to overturn abortion rights and all that stuff. Whew.
How dare they?
Dark times, man.
How dare they do something? How dare you bring this up about this around Mother's Day? Like we're not even going to elaborate on it.
It's just
We are two
subject.
men. We are two men. We should not have no conversation about this. This is what.
It seems like we're going backwards, though. Is all I'm
It's
gonna
about
say.
women. This is their decision, so we shouldn't have a comment on that.
Well, that's the problem. Is that everyone making these decisions is like 70-year-old men
Yeah.
sitting around a table not knowing. That's the problem with government in general, man. No one, bunch of old geezers don't know what's going on. They need to kick them all out.
They're not getting any, so they're just mad.
I keep waiting on these old folks, these like old racist dudes in Congress to die, but like
We all are, because it's like, look, we really need that push and change to happen. Where it's like,
I don't know if it ever will, because we're always going to elect them 80-year-old dudes. It's always going to be a generation behind.
Well, I think it's because there's not enough people voting. It is voting season, by the way. People,
There's tons of signs around my local
I'm
library.
getting all kind of stuff in the mail. Go vote. Yeah. Everybody. I don't care what color you are, vote. If you're of age, go vote.
Yeah.
Have a say. Even if you don't win, just have that say. Go vote.
Facts. Vote or die, bitches.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like Diddy say, vote or die. He's like, campaign. Take that.
Yeah. Cool. Did he was gonna buy the Panthers, you know that?
He tried, man.
Yep.
Man, that would have been a party every weekend.
He lost my respect, when he called us the North Carolina Panthers.
I mean, was he lying?
Yes.
Was he?
We are the Carolina Panthers.
Where the hell we at? Who paid taxes?
Or did he call us the Charlotte Panthers?
I think he called us the Charlotte Panthers.
Did he?
I think he said the Charlotte.
Either way, he fucked it up. I was like, nah, we don't.
He was speaking realistically. We the one that paid all the taxes on that during Bank of America Stadium.
Did you hear David Tepper's having all that problems with South Carolina? They were trying to move the facilities over there and stuff, and they didn't want them apparently or something.
They want to pay them taxes.
Yes, sure. Why do they need taxes? Make Dave Tepper pay for that shit.
Nah, man, that's the brilliancy of him putting it there. He's like, look,
someone else is gonna pay for it.
Nah, but it's like, look, the Charlotte Panthers have been paying all those taxes for the people that live in Charlotte. Mm. Let South Carolina get some of that.
Else
yeah, so they can be the Carolina Panthers because everybody paying taxes on Carolina shit.
I don't know what else to talk about.
We can talk about nothing.
I saw I was on Reddit and there's a subreddit called Ask Reddit and they have a bunch of good questions on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can talk about nothing actually. The actual doing of nothing.
Okay, go ahead. Jump it off, man. Let me see what you got.
I had this conversation with my wife because her aunt and cousins are going to Italy and Greece, and I want to say Rome, but I think it's some other place in Rome.
Nice.
But Italy and Greece. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're going to France or not, but
they should.
It's like a 4 or 5 day trip. I think they're going for like a whole week. Mm-hmm. Her uncle is staying home, so she was like, I don't know why. My aunt and all they always go places. My Uncle Ronald, he just always stays home. I was like, because for a man, doing nothing
is a vacation.
Is enough for us.
Yeah.
The actual act of doing absolutely nothing.
We love it.
Is something for us.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what. And she was like, okay, so what if I actually did get us that trip that you want to go to Greece? And you stayed home, and I went. Would you be okay doing nothing? Then I was like, "Yeah,
yeah." I mean, I would want to go.
I was like, I'm gonna be to myself to do nothing.
Alone?
Are the kids gonna be gone while you're gone, like to grandma's or something for that time? Yeah.
I don't want to get too sentimental. I enjoy being alone in alone time, but I do miss my
men enjoy doing nothing. I mean, we're so obligated to always do so much. Something. Not necessarily doing something, but responsibilities. That's what my girl doesn't
get. She's like, you don't like to do anything. I'm like, well,
because the doing nothing is something.
It's fun.
It's
relaxing, you know.
That is something for us. I mean,
I get to recharge. My battery.
Like let me just sit and watch TV. Not even it ain't. I don't even have to actually be watching it. It can just be on. Relaxing,
just
having
being still,
a drink or something, bit. And just do nothing.
I thought you were gonna get like philosophical on me, like can you do nothing? Because nothing is actually
it's an act of nothing. Something though.
It's that which makes it something. So you're not doing
it's the act of nothing though.
But as soon as you start doing nothing, you're doing something, and then it becomes not nothing.
No, because what are you actually doing?
Nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what makes it nothing.
But the fact that
you're doing anything.
The fact that you're doing it.
No, you're not.
Makes it.
You're not doing something. You're not doing at all if it's nothing.
But nothing isn't a thing. You're just nothing is like the lack of something.
And that is why you're not actually doing anything, which is nothing.
Correct.
And who's on first?
No. Who's on second?
No.
What is on?
No is on third. Who is on first?
See, I'm glad you brought that up, though. I mean, that's facts, man. It's like sometimes I get like guilt tripped, like you don't like to do anything. Why don't you like to do anything? You always don't want to do anything. Like I like doing nothing. I'm sorry.
Cause we do so much, man, and doing nothing just feels good sometimes.
But it's not that I don't like doing stuff. Like I'll go on a hike. I'll go to Italy and Greece and that stuff. But I'll just as easily not do anything too.
Cause you want to enjoy those times that you get a chance to do nothing.
If you give me the option to do nothing and do something,
I'm gonna do nothing.
I'll probably do nothing. Yeah.
This is less.
It's easier. You know, it's less stressful.
Yeah.
You know how much money nothing costs?
I was gonna say you already know the outcome of doing nothing.
Right, nothing.
Nothing is going to happen. Nothing.
You know what comes out of nothing? You know how much trouble you can get in for doing nothing?
None.
0. That's correct.
Do nothing. At least once this
We're gonna start up like a cult, like a nothing cult.
the nothing cult.
Yeah.
We're gonna get together.
Do nothing.
But we not gonna get together.
Because if we did get together,
That would require us to do something.
that would be something. So everyone stay where you are and do nothing.
Yeah.
And we'll all do nothing together.
And we'll talk about how we did nothing next time we meet. Mm-hmm. So we know we did nothing.
How about this? Our next episode is gonna be about nothing.
Nothing.
The whole thing.
And how to do nothing.
The hour of nothing.
Yeah.
Are we doing nothing right now?
We're almost doing that.
I mean,
We're almost.
it's debatable, I guess, you know?
We're almost.
What is nothing?
I mean, physically, while we're sitting here,
I ain't doing shit.
we're actually nothing. So we're in the nothingness of nothing.
Bro,
But what's actually going on around us is something.
that's some quantum shit, man. You should be teaching a class or something.
I've been in the megaverse or the multiverse.
The mega multiverse.
Yeah, it's a megaverse now because it's like of nothing. Yeah. So it's like, how am I doing stuff without doing stuff?
I bet there's always a version of me out there doing nothing. You know?
Yeah, it's different universes out there. As they say.
I'm just trying to tap into that. I'm trying to tap into that universe.
They're all tapped in, man. They're on another alien planet, and they know how to do all that. They know how to operate all parts of their brain instead of 10% like us.
Oh man, imagine having all that power and doing nothing.
Our brains and our heads would be bigger. That's why their heads are big. Because it would expand, our skull and everything would expand.
The smarter we get as a society, I think the more nothing should be done. Because we just turn into like Wall-E. We'll just evolve into just like brains that are just like floating through the atmosphere. Yeah, we took nothing to nowhere right there. We got to come back from that bunch of nothing.
We were into the nothing.
You know where that's from? The Never-Ending Story. The Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Is that a movie?
Yeah. It's like a kids movie. When I was a kid, it was a movie.
Oh, okay.
There's a Treyu. He was in it. The Never-Ending Story.
Oh.
The Luck Dragon. I forget his name. Falcor, the Luck Dragon. This big white dog-looking dragon thing. The kid was like, right now.
Yeah.
The Nothing. That was the bad guy.
The bad guy?
Yeah. The protagonist.
You pulled a bat up, like you said. It's like the
Oh, no. I was done talking. It was all.
It's the new movie, too. The Bad Guys. It's animated.
Oh, yeah. I went and saw, back to something, I guess. Multiverse of Madness, we went and saw that at the drive-in. It's pretty fun. Drive-in movies.
Where?
It's like towards like Kings Mountain up there. It's like
I think
45. It's called Hounds Drive-In.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Hounds. Y'all doing good things. Good people.
Oh,
they got a concession stand. They make like homemade cookies. Grandma's in the back fucking making like, oatmeal raisin cookies and shit. You can buy them. They were out when we were there, but
Of course, they was out. Everybody come in to get those.
But the cool thing is though, it's like $20 for the car. Like then it don't matter like how many people you got in the car. It's $20 per car. So, put 7 people in that bitch. $20.
Yeah, sit up in there like this.
And they got signs everywhere. Absolutely no outside food or drinks. Just go ahead and bring you some KFC in there.
Yeah,
What are they gonna do? Search your car and shit?
Yeah.
And it's like a multi-show. You buy one ticket. When I went to see Multiverse of Madness, they started playing Morbius immediately after it. But I did not stick around for that shit because I knew Morbius was garbage. So we left. We only saw
that SpongeBob. All right, let me get on.
Yeah, my head on out. Yeah. Just Homer Simpson it into the shrubs behind us.
That's funny if you actually do that.
Like in post, I make it look like I'm going into the wall. So
that would be cool as a cutout though. Yeah. To the next episode, we post
at the end of every episode, just fade into it.
Where did they go?
If you guys like drive-in movies, let us know. We got to end this nothing that we're doing right now, so we're gonna sign off. Send in some questions. I want to start answering questions.
Yeah, I'd like to do that too, man.
We got to
inform me on the comments because I don't read them. So
yeah, I'll let him know if you ask a question, maybe a philosophical question.
Yeah,
about nothing, about
third eye stuff.
Yeah, or I don't know, if you need tips for your first time at a strip club. Not that I would really know anything about that, but any kind of advice. You guys need advice? Having trouble with?
I'm gonna pre-answer that one.
Cars
tips for strip clubs, $40 limits.
And my tip would be to don't ask for permission from your significant other, but definitely let them know you're going to a strip club. Don't try to hide it.
Yeah. Permissions, you're never gonna get the permission.
Just don't frame it in an ask.
Hey, I was out with the fellas. We're going to strip clubs. Just let you know, might be a little late coming back.
Yeah, you can frame it however you want to. Just don't go, honey, can I go to the strip club?
Nah.
I love you, darling. I mean, I would probably ask you because, you're the boss. But
you usually go to the strip club with the fellas. So it's like a guy's night type of thing. You're not going by yourself.
That'd be crazy.
That's when it's a problem with I'm going to the strip club. It's like, who you going with? Yeah. Just
that's when you don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
you just don't tell anyone you're going if you're going by yourself, and maybe just find a new hobby or I don't know.
Just don't go to the strip club, man. I mean,
by yourself.
It's a guy's thing, Go out, spend your $40.
I've never been to a strip club where there wasn't heavy pregame before, meaning that we were all just hanging out and we were drunk and we were let's go.
Because you kind of gotta get.
Yeah, you got to get into that frame of mind.
Mentally, you gotta,
You got to have a little buzz.
You got to take your edge off because it's I'm gonna be spending money for no reason right now.
You got to be in a state of mind.
That's why I said $40. Get your $40.
You got to be in that mind where it's all right, fuck it, let's go.
All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Yeah. I gotta go do this other thing.
$40 is good. You know what fucks you up though is they put ATMs in them strip clubs.
Yeah,
now, man.
That's why I say you got to go in with a game plan.
It was a couple years ago, and it was I was at a wedding, so the groom wanted to go to the strip club, so we were all like, all right, let's go to the strip club, right? I was getting a dance, and I was like, how much? And she told me, I forget what it was, but apparently the amount she told me was per song.
One song.
And I kind of missed that. So
everybody missed that because he's drunk.
She was probably on the third.
You can't hear nothing. It was like.
Again, I love you, darling. This is Astoria before me and you met. So
you got all this music blaring in. You can't hear nothing. It's like stuff going on everywhere.
Well,
you're not there to listen to nothing.
I thought maybe I was looking real good because I noticed the dance was going on a little long, and I was starting to get a little bored. And I was like, okay,
hustle, man.
I was like, I think I've had enough now. Thank you. And then she turns around and tells me, I owe her this amount of money. And I'm like,
I'm going to talk to Big Red.
I'm like,
Big Red.
Yeah, no, there wasn't an option to not pay, right? Yeah. So she walked me to the ATM kindly, and I got her way more money than I intended on spending.
That's when it's like, all right, y'all. I'm up out of here.
And I think with that, we'll be up out of here. Send us some questions. We love you, Sad.
Yeah, man. Let us know them questions, y'all.
Peace.
Hey.